Potsdam, so we've shortened it to Kudamm. And Kudamm has a total length of 3.5 kilometers. It was built with the Champs-Élysées in Paris in mind, and this here is the very lively and commercial part of Kudamm, whereas the middle is the beautiful, highly exquisite and oddly inaffordable part to most of Kudamm, whereas the opposite end is more the residential, quiet part. And of course, coming up on this corner to the left is the Berlin Hard Rock Cafe, and coming up just past the traffic lights ahead to the right on the upcoming opposite corner is the first of the now so many 5-star hotels in my city. So this is the Bristol Hotel Kempinski, which has this beautiful whiff of history to it. You can absolutely imagine how the Rolling Stones and their groupies demolished 3 stories of the building, and then in hindsight were incredibly charismatic and remorseful and therefore forgiven instantly. And it has this sort of divine plushiness to it. I really do like that a lot. Anyway, now I would just like to explain to you that not only was Berlin built on a swampy sort of ground, but where we're going, Potsdam, was in fact an actual swamp initially, inhabited by some people of Slavic origin. It was incredibly uneventful and first mentioned in a non-fascinating context in 993. Therefore, in 1993, Potsdam celebrated its 1000th anniversary. And I can only tell you that, well, you know, it's a very important place now and has been for a very long time, because it was in fact the great elector who invited around 20,000 of the Harris French Protestants, the so-called Huguenots, to settle in this general region. And they were absolutely not welcome here in Berlin. So that explains why some of them looked further afield and came across Potsdam and decided to settle there, as they were far more to themselves over there. And that's how the great elector came across Potsdam for the first time in his life, and he immediately fell madly and passionately in love with what he saw there and built his summer residence over there. So, as I told you earlier on, after him all the kings and emperors followed suit. So right now things are about to get nice. Ladies, over here to the right you can see the nicest shoe shop we have. Budapester Shoes, a very important place, and Zadig & Voltaire right next to Budapester Shoes. Coming up on the next block over to the left, that's where you're about to see Hermes next to Philipp Plein.